Thank you. I can't believe I get the opportunity to talk to David Spade. He's on tour right now. He's going to be coming to Norfolk, Chrysler Hall. The I Got a Feel for It tour. Going to be in town Saturday night. I'm very excited. Looking to take my wife as our anniversary gift,
Oh,
actually.
for real? That'll be great. That
Yeah,
should be great.
yeah. So nice little anniversary night
Some
out person.
R-rated stuff, but I think it'll be fine. Nothing too embarrassing.
Well, that's fine. The R-rated stuff is what she likes.
Yeah, that's right. That's like, I'm not that far into it because sometimes when I'm on the road, I've realized most people know me from either movies that are PG-13 or sitcoms. So
Right.
if I get too far, they they pull back a little bit. So I've learned I can get into that a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to start. How do you manage that? Because you're right. Like somebody like me, God, I grew up. I won't say how long I've been watching you, David, but
Yeah,
I know you from Just Shoot Me, SNL. I mean
yeah.
PCU. To really date myself there, but how do you find that line? Where do you find that line of, oh,
It
I can go here, but I can't go here with this
You
audience?
know, it sort of is does it when I go to the comedy store somewhere in practice, and then people go, "Oh, that's too much." There's some comics that are a little they expect it from, and it's sort of baked in. But with me, not everyone knew I was doing stand up because I did it, got on SNL, and then didn't do stand up the whole time on SNL, really, and then got out of there, and then I did a special, then Just Shoot Me. So it was not really just a stand up tour ever until the last couple of years, where it turned into like a whole big biz of like, let's get out there. I would only do improvs. I would only do clubs, go to a club like Norfolk and do a comedy club and do a couple nights. But it's a new
That's cool.
world.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like being out on tour? Like now that this is kind of that new part of your career, getting a chance to kind of do these like big David Spade headlining tours everywhere. Do you enjoy this, or do you prefer to be on a movie set waiting 11 hours to film a scene?
Well, it's sort of the same with the travel. Like, I like going to places like Norfolk or places I haven't been. And it's a good way you hit the big cities, then you got to go. I got to try to wiggle around to other cities that don't see me or don't get everybody. You guys probably get a lot of people, but at Chrysler Hall sounds like a nice place. And usually on these tours, and when I go, I don't go back east as much. It's these little pockets I hit.
Yeah.
Some seem a little southern, and those are the fans of Joe Dirt. They're just different places like different things, but I think if they get in the room, it will be fun because it usually goes well. And I've luckily had good crowds. They come to
Yeah.
see comedy, so at least they're ready to go.
Yeah. How can you tell when you're up there? Like, when can you tell that, oh no, this isn't going to be a good night? This is a bad crowd.
You can almost tell during the openers, you can hear that if they're laughing or not, or they're a little tight. And when they get off, there's two. So the first one will go a little tight. But also, people are coming in. So also, they haven't had a drink yet. By the time I get in, also they're there to see me, and they don't know. They do well, but sometimes they don't click exactly, or they're not paying attention to someone going on first, and then they lock in, and so. But you can tell for me one or two jokes, even walking out. Sometimes the applause stops before I even get to the microphone. I'm like, oh shit, I
Wait.
gotta I gotta work here.
Oh, I thought this was Schneider. This isn't Schneider's night.
I knew it was one of the grown-ups guys. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually going to be in town like next week.
Oh, Schneids?
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
riding your coattails
Yeah,
here
he
in the
hits me a
area.
lot going like, "Hey, I'm playing where you did. The Maze Festival."
Oh, that's amazing. Um, I did want to say as well. I know we're talking the comedy tour and you being out right now, but I
Yep.
wanted to say congratulations on the trailer for Bus Boys
Oh,
coming out.
Busboys for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited for that. That looked really funny. I love that. I've heard you talk about it for a while to Dana
Yeah.
on Fly on the Wall, so I was
I'm just
very
glad it
excited.
came out. Yeah, because it's so hard because Theo's on the road, I'm on the road, we're trying to edit it, we're trying to get synced up on a million things. It's just hard to coordinate. Because usually I do a movie for like Happy Madison and then they worry about it. And then they let me know, hey, you want to see a rough cut? I'm like, oh, here we go. And you can put in ideas and stuff, but Usually it's handled once you shoot it. But this is every day. The day you're shooting and you finish, like next day. What are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? What kind of music do we want? What kind of this? And music's expensive, but we need a couple good tunes in there. And it's just all coming out of our pocket. So we're just like, well, hopefully someone sees it. It's definitely R rated. It's definitely not PC. And that's kind of the fun of it. It's like an old school comedy.
That was what I the minute the trailer began because it's red band, right? Because I know there's cursing in it. I
Oh, it
don't think there
must be,
was any
yeah.
evidence. Yeah, but the minute I saw that, I was like, oh, this is. I'm happy to see that you comedians are bringing comedy back, like R hard R rated comedies to theaters. Because I feel like
Yeah.
for a while there was a stretch of you're not allowed to say the F word anymore.
I mean, there's a lot of things where they would rather you not say. Like if you're working for a streamer or even just movie theaters, there's definitely pressure like, hey, tone it down. And you hear it from everybody out here. And that's why you just don't see it because they don't want to go through the hassle of like watering it down. Even on comedy specials, they get like a nudge. I wouldn't love that. Mark Norman, I think, just said he had a problem getting something passed in one of his specials. And it's like,
Yeah.
I think with Chappelle is probably the only one they just say, do whatever you want. But other people, they go, hey, we don't want the hassle, of some problematic places. But with comedy, my theory is it's sort of everything's open, but that's not really true anymore. But I like that it doesn't mean you hate everybody. You're just trying to make fun of everything.
Yeah, I think comedy is supposed to be. I think that's why I've been so drawn to you throughout your entire career because, like, we don't need to talk about the Hollywood Minute, but like how quick you are, how you're able to just kind of see something and instantly break it down and just
It's nice.
be the funniest guy in the room and just make everybody laugh. Like I love that style of comedy, and I think
I
you
appreciate
bring
it.
that to the
Yeah.
table
Well,
a
you could
lot.
say Hollywood Minute because I thought of one the other day because I Will Always Love You was on. And I remember one of my favorites was I just went and saw The Bodyguard and I want my money back. Such a good setup for that joke.
Yeah.
But some of those old Hollywood ones I really did like. And then yeah, it would be harder to do it now. Not impossible, but it's just trickier.
Yeah, well, I guess I did jot down SNL, of course, because that's a big, huge part
Sure.
of the launching pad for your career. But
Yeah.
I guess like a way to kind of get into that is what do you see today there that you're like, oh, they can't get away with that, but we could do that. I know I've heard you talk about the like Gap Girls as one of those sketches that it's like, could you and Adam and Farley actually get to do that, or would they tell you not to, or is there stuff that you see nowadays where you're like, God, I wish we could have done that, or why didn't we think of that?
Well, I know Gap Girls, we got a little blowback internally because some of the women weren't getting enough parts. And I didn't really think of that when I did it. I just thought the way we're talking, it might come off more femmy. And I didn't want to sound like that, like offend that. Like we're
Yeah.
not going to play gay people. It's like, I just thought, oh, it's stupid if we're all girls. It's back in the day of Mrs. Doubtfire. It's like, oh, it's funny. Farley in a wig is always funny. But there was a little internal combustion. But overall, what I miss about SNL, if I was there now, that they play the videos online on Monday. And Deadline, which is a big website, has a lot of like has a deal with them, and they put like 4 sketches up, so they're getting seen. They're on Instagram,
Yeah.
so even if you don't see it, you could follow them on Instagram or Twitter. So I will wind up seeing a lot of the sketches whether I watch a show or not, and that wasn't the case. If you missed it, you missed it, and you wait 6 months for a rerun.
I was just gonna say, I remember the summer reruns, and hoping to God it was one of the nights that I didn't get to see growing up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I missed that week. Like I still remember, because you remember, I've heard you talk about it, and I agree. I think it was you or Dana said it, where I agree that what your generation was like to me, you and Adam and
Hmm.
Chris, like, and Phil, you guys,
Hmm.
you're the best generation, but it's what I grew up watching.
Yeah.
So it's not that anybody else was worse than you guys or better
Yeah.
than you guys. It's that you guys just formative years of my life
Sure.
presented me some of the greatest
Because if you
memories.
grew up with Kristen Wiig and my like, then they're great. So you go,
Yeah.
that was my. So and they weren't around for us, so they don't know if we were any good. And it just really, subjective, but I think every year they have some people that are pretty good, and so it's just hard to keep going after SNL. That's the tricky part.
It's, I mean, it's an institution, man, 50 years. And I do want to compliment you. I know you've gotten so many compliments and it's been a year now, but your line in your sketch during the 50th,
Yeah.
I laughed. Yeah, I got to feel for it. Like that.
Yeah, that's so. I love that. It was a Mulaney and Colin Jost. Let me leave a sketch and go in the audience. It's such a funny, weird thing to do, and be bored with the sketch while I was in it. So funny. So
There's
I love
something,
that. Yeah,
it felt on brand for you. Not that
it
you would
was
ever be bored doing the
exactly
work, but
perfect for me. I don't know
yeah,
why, but going out there. The funny thing is, when I did rehearsal, the seats are empty. There might be a couple people just sitting out watching practice, but I go over here, I walk up. When I run on the show, we don't practice with people, so I get to my row, and there's Jane Kurt and Chevy Chase, and they're like, "Hey, Jane, move! Hey, we got 30 seconds." And I'm like, "Oh no, no, no!" And then I see Chevy, and I go, "What if Chevy tries to ruin this? What if he goes tries just to be funny?" I'd be like, "Oh, I just need 1 second to say this." But it was fun. Sabrina Carpenter, they're all around you, so
yeah.
you pop in the audience and pop out, and then something else happens. But I liked having at least something on there.
Yeah. I was wondering as well with a show like that, those specials like the 40th, the 50th,
Yeah.
you've got everybody that's been a part of it. I know it's a stag event. There's no plus one. Again, I've listened to so much of you and Dana, my friend,
Yeah, yeah.
so many
We just
hours.
did one just now. Yeah,
But
yeah. No, go ahead.
oh,
It was the
oh, no,
event.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say, how does it feel like when you're in that audience and you see like a Steven Spielberg watching your sketch? Is there any part of you that's like, come on, man. Like, look at how good I'm doing up here. I'm killing it in this room with my peers. Why,
No, I
where's
think
my role?
the only thing I think is that's the one day or two where you can probably walk up to anyone there and say hi, and you won't feel as weird as if you saw them out in the world. Because everyone sort of gives you a little just pleasantries if you're on TV or they know you. They'll say hi. Uh, but if you go there, I feel like I could go up to Keith Richards and say hi, which I probably wouldn't. But he's on my turf in a way. It's
Yeah,
like, hey, we're all here. We've all been here. And everyone is just, like you said, there's no people you don't know.
yeah.
So when you're walking by, and we were laughing because I went up to eat something, and then Paul McCartney comes up and sits a few down and just starts watching, and someone else comes up and sits there because they're just bored, and but they feel safe. That's the thing. They're not looking around like, oh no, is everyone looking at me? They're just like, oh, I'll just come watch some of the sketches, and everyone walking around is someone you know. That was
That's
the exciting
that's
part.
that's fun. And props as well to going back on the show last year as Hunter Biden. That
Oh yeah,
was
popping in.
popping in. It made me so happy to
And
see
with
you and
Dana, how
Dana.
funny. I thought Dana was gonna be Biden when I they told me. He's
No,
like, no, I'm
instead they
church
gave
lady. I'm like,
church lady.
oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that worked great.
Yeah.
Um, Now I do want to pivot. I could be like Chris here because you are somebody that I've watched for so long, but your movie career.
Okay.
I and I'm gonna do the Farley show. PCU, man. What was that like? Because that film rocks.
PCU is one of those underrated, maybe, or just underknown comedies that it's so true that it sort of fits today. It was funny then in a
Mhm.
way, but it's gotten so beyond that now
We're
that
not gonna protest.
yeah, yeah, they could redo it today. I mean, it's exactly the same movie. They would just tweak a few things, but I thought Piven was good in that, and I guess John Favreau was in there, which is crazy. The way everybody hung in there after that movie, but what a fun, interesting, like just sort of got it right at the time. And it
Yeah.
wasn't a huge hit. That's the thing, it's sort of underground. My biggest complaint is people hit me up on Twitter like, where can I watch it? They don't know where to get it. I don't know.
To be fair, I actually own it on a double. It's a double DVD because it's not on Blu-ray. I'm a big collector. I
Okay.
like physically collecting, and I have all of your movies on DVD, and I've been working for the Blu-rays because I got to own them all, got to collect
Hmm.
them all. But it's only available on a double DVD copy with Airheads.
Airheads, how
So
funny.
it's
Yeah,
the
they used to sell like Tommy Boy Black Sheep together or
yeah
Dickie Roberts, like a Paramount chunk.
God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dickie Roberts is another. I know I
Dickie
glossed over
Roberts.
your two films with Chris, but Dickie Roberts, I can tell you so many stories just about that film of seeing it in the theaters and how
Oh.
hard my brother and I were laughing. We got the looks of like, you thought the knucking futz thing was that funny, and it's like it is so funny, guys.
People still say it. I've signed tattoos where they say, just write it down. I'm going to get a tattoo of it.
Oh my god.
And knocking futz was a good way to fake swear as a kid. And the people that know brick wall waterfall, all the words.
Yes.
And when the girl comes out and starts dancing, and I'm and I go slut or whatever. But that for being like PG, I think kids felt they were getting away with something watching that.
Yeah, I could see that because it is family friendly, but it does have a little bit of that adult humor
I'm
in
trying
there.
to stay in the mom's room. It's like I got to sleep with your mom. They're like, I'm sorry, what? And it's so
It's
weird. And I'm staying with the kids in the room, which they would never let you do in any movie today.
with a waterbed as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
what a blast! That was a blast.
I did. I don't know if you've ever been to Universal Studios in Florida, but
Hmm.
they used to have a ride called the Hollywood Rip Rocket, and it's
Hmm.
like you listen to music and you make a music video while riding it. It's featured in Sharknado 3 if you've ever seen
No, I
that
didn't see
classic.
that. Thank you.
But they used to have a secret menu, and one of the years I thought I was playing Metallica,
Hmm.
and I typed in the number so excited, and as it started playing, it was "Ride Like the Wind,"
Ride like the wind.
and I couldn't have been even. I was like, if I'm ever going to
It
screw
is
up
the
a number,
night. My body's weak. I love Ride Like the Wind. That's the
it's
fun of doing a movie and going, you get to pick a song to put in. Yeah, that was
so
great.
that was your pick.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because we wrote it together, me and I think Fred Wolf. So we got to pick all those good stunts, wiping out on the bike,
Yeah, yeah,
water
and you got to work
wiggle.
with Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, of course. Yeah, that was really a big favor for us. We
That's so
wanted
cool.
we wanted
Just
a good director in there, and he played it funny. Remember, Dickie, you're going down the stairs. You're six.
Too far.
Too far, Dickie. Too far back. Let me tell you. Yeah, that was a great one. So that's another tough one. It just everyone. That was just a rough, shocking situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was tough news to
what
wake up
a
to.
chunk of movies that were unreal. He did
I know.
unreal.
I know, and you're right there in the middle of that chunk. You're forever going to be associated with him,
Hey,
which is awesome.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Thank you.
Now, to jump back to Chris, you guys had a great friendship, and you made two, in my opinion, classics. I've heard you talk about Black Sheep
Hmm.
and kind of how rough that was, but I got to say, Black Sheep, I still quote to this day. Of
No, I
course,
love
Tommy
Black
Lee.
Sheep. I just knew it was tougher to do, but there's more eyes on it. But I still like. I'm still glad we did it. Yeah.
I actually was just watching that one the other day, and it's I got the top bunk,
Hmm.
haha. Like it really is just
I
so
got the
funny.
tap. Who cares? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But when they had them fall, that was a computer, and we didn't do that. And they said, "Oh, when you watch it, watch that. It'll be funny." I thought it was so hilarious because I
Oh yeah,
go, it looks so real.
it does.
Like, how did
I,
they do that?
I'm actually got to cross that out because I was going to ask how you pulled that stunt off.
Yeah, it was a computer, and I we didn't do it. So he's
Oh,
getting pelted with like hail or golf balls, and then it was a great way to get out of the scene. It's like smash, but
um,
yeah, I probably would have died if that we really did that. Mhm.
well, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that Chris almost killed you. I've heard those stories of how
Oh
angry
yeah,
you got him.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it was that bad, but we did. Yeah, but he's also just a big dude. I don't need him falling on me.
No. That friendship though, I mean that started at SNL, right? Like you guys met at SNL, and then I think you said
Yeah,
the Turners, Bonnie and the
Bonnie
that
and
70 show
Terry.
creators were like,
Yeah,
hey, put those two together.
I think it was Lorne, and he said to them, "Why don't you put it together?" And they took a great had a great take, and then Fred Wolf came in also and came to the set. But it was just all came together on that. That was just very lucky scenario. and because Chris was going to be funny in anything you put him in, if you just had a good story. And I thought Black Sheep was a good story idea also. Like just the idea of the whole movie, the brother and the politics of it was good. It'd be harder to pull it off today again with politics, but it's funny.
Well, you say that, but I was going to say that I feel like that's another one that kind of like PCU that maybe was a little ahead of its time because it's messaging
It's
about the
very
politics.
relevant, yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, I didn't pay attention. I saw clips the other day. I'm like, oh my God, that's really what's going on. That's crazy.
David Spade. I think we're on. I think we're unlocking that you've made some very political movies over your
I guess
career.
so, yeah. I don't
Who
even know.
knew?
I got to SNL. I'm like, I don't know anything about politics. So if I'm writing for Bill Clinton or I'm writing for George Bush, I don't even know. I'm just like, what did he do? Go to McDonald's? All right, let's make jokes about it. Like, but I don't know any of the backstory. I was just naive guy from Arizona.
Naive guy from Arizona though that was in Police Academy 4. So there's that.
So good. I love Police Academy. It was the
I was just
best.
at a con this weekend where Gutenberg, Michael Winslow,
Oh,
and Bob
really?
were there. Yeah,
I should have jumped in that picture.
you. They would have loved it. I'm sure they
I
would
would
have.
love that. I'll go to Comic Con one day. It'd be fun. Yeah.
Have you ever been approached to go to
No.
one?
Yeah, but it's too overwhelming. I guess I would do it. Remember Kate Beckinsale used to go for Underworld. She'd make a lot of money and she thought it was fun, but I could do it at some point. I think when I'm not on the road, I don't want one more reason to fly somewhere.
I get that.
Too much
I
money.
get that. I get that. Um,
All right.
I wanted to know out of some of your more iconic characters. Um, oh, I guess this might be my last question for you. So, out of your iconic characters, uh, which one do you get? You've mentioned getting recognized, but which one do you think has had the biggest cultural impact? Is it Emperor's New Groove? Is it Joe Dirt? Or is it Benchwarmers?
I would say those are three I hear about a lot. I would say out of those three, probably Joe Dirt because I hear about it the most since Tommy Boy. I probably hear about that the most. I sign a lot of stuff for Emperor's New Groove, posters and stuff. The people that like that really like it, and
Yeah,
I really love being a part of it. Um, and it's fun for me. And Benchwarmers is so goofy and stupid, but I like when professional baseball players talk to me about it because they grew up with it. And it's like, or you see these little leaguers that are like, favorite movie, Benchwarmers, before they hit their dingers. And Joe Dirt, I hear about also the fact that he's just trying in the world, an underdog. I think some people related to that, just bullied and trying to get through life and doesn't know where his place is. A lot of people thought the people that liked it liked that aspect of it. And
yeah.
there's jokes, but it was sort of a nice. It was one movie where I wasn't sarcastic.
It's a really heartwarming film, and I know you got to go, but it really it shows how good of an actor you truly are because you pull so much emotion out of it, especially in that third act when
Hmm.
we finally meet Joe's parents, and it leads to that ending
And
with
how rough
Brandy.
it
Like,
was, yeah.
yeah, it has always made me cry. I'm a grown man, rock
Yeah,
labels behind me, but it always brings a tear to my eye because
thank you. I
it's
do
so.
like that part about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're trying
yeah.
to do more Jodard stuff in the future, so I'll keep you posted about that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I got the
Hmm.
poo on me.
I got the poo on me. Yeah.
But David, I'll let you go. I appreciate you taking some time today, man, from the West
Yeah.
Coast. Safe travels to Norfolk. Feel free to plug whatever you got going on.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, and I like someone that knows my stuff, and it's nice to hear, and you're very nice to talk to.
Thank you.
Looking forward to coming there. Hope people pop in and check out the show, and they'll pop into Busboys.
Absolutely. I got to
All right.
request the day off here, but
Thank you,
have a good
brother.
one, David.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.